What's going on, everyone? Ollelito back here with my best 4-2-3-1 tactics on Eafc 24. I mean, these tactics I'm using a lot at the moment. Of course, I told you guys that I like my 4-3-2-1 tactics that are posted on YouTube. But these 4-2-3-1 tactics are very, very good, and I'm using them a lot, both against casual players in Weekend League, but also against pro players. So, let's just jump into the video, and let's use them, and let's see if they work for you. So, jumping into the 4-2-3-1 tactics, I think we should start with the formation. We play the 4-2-3-1 formation. We have Peter Schmeichel in goal, which, I mean, I think he's the best goalkeeper on the game. Mainly because of his stats. I think he is fantastic, but also because of his play styles. We have Hakimi as right back. He is going to be kind of like the overlapping fullback, you know. He's very, very good on the ball. And, I mean, if you lose the ball with him, he has the pace to track back and cover the spaces in behind him. So I think he's perfect for that position. You could argue that Walker is better in defense, but Hakimi is way better on the ball. Center backs, we have Virgil van Dijk and Eder Militao. I mean, the partnership that I think the majority of pros are using. The only thing that could be a difference in the two center backs could be that some pros play Kunde, but I think Militao and Van Dijk is doing a perfect job at the moment. Left back, we have Alphonso Davies, who I think is the best left back on the game. He's not really on a lot of chem. This team is in total on 28 chem. And I think the least I usually play with is 27, so I think it's okay. CDMs, I play with Putellas and Valverde. Mainly Putellas on the left because I want to do the Trivelas with her. They are very, very good on this game. And then Valverde is just a powerhouse on the right. We have Ginola as central cam. We have Mbappe as a left cam and Vini as a right cam. I mean, I want to have Ginola as the middle cam mainly because of his physicality. He's not really losing a lot of duels against the center backs. And I like to have Vini and Mbappe on the wings mainly because of the pace and trying to get in behind. And as we always talk about, we want to aim for the corner flag and we want to cut it back, right? So then I think Vini and Mbappe are perfect for both of these positions. You could argue that you could play Mbappe as a cam as well, but I think Ginola is working better for me. And then as a striker, we have none other than the icon, Mia Hamm, who is one of the best players on the game, mainly because of her power shot. So, jumping into the tactics, we have balanced, 49 width, 68 depth, which I think in my opinion is maybe a bit high. You know, my 4-3-2-1 tactics I have 54, but I think 68 depth, especially with the 4-2-3-1, is working perfectly, mainly because this formation is a bit more defensive than the 4-3-2-1. So I think 68 depth is working very, very good for me. We have the balanced in build-up play. We have direct passing for chance creation. I think that's pretty basic. With, I usually do 50, but I think you can actually get this higher up to at least like a 60 if you want to. But I think 50 or 52, 53 works very, very well for me. Plays in box, I have a bit more because I want the players to be inside the box when I'm attacking, of course. So that's going to be on a 7. And mainly I use this a bit higher because, I mean, as I said, this formation is a bit defensive. And in general, I think then you could actually have a bit more players in the box. Corners I have on 3 and free kicks I have on 2. Then going into instructions. So we start off with the keeper. You could actually do combs for crosses for the corners especially. But I just do balance on both of them. You could also have sweeper keeper for saving outside the box. But I just do default for now. I have Hakimi as my right back on join the attack and overlap, which I think in general is very, very good. I think he's always doing this kind of overlapping runs around Vini, and it's very, very easy to create this 2v1 on the wing with Vini and Hakimi and trying to basically create space down the right hand side of my team. Militao and Van Dijk just default, don't really use to change anything there. Here on the left back, I have balanced attack and overlap, and this is also because I want Davies to push up a bit more, but also doing the overlap is the key here. We don't want to do inverted. I actually tried inverted, it was not too bad. It was a bit that Davies came in more into the center of the pitch and then opening up for Mbappe on the wing. But in general, I think overlap is the best for both fullbacks, so I do balanced on Davies and then join the attack for Hakimi. For the CDMs, I do pretty basic. I do stay back and cover center. You could argue that you could do cut passing lanes for both of them. But I think in general, stay back while attacking and cover center for both of them, I think is very, very good. Even though I play Putellas, who is a more kind of attacking midfielder, I still think that stay back on her is very, very good. And you can push her up by yourself by pressing L1 towards her or doing an L1 pass, as we talked about on my TikTok. Going into the left cam, we have come back on defense and get into box for cross, which I think is also pretty basic. We want all the cams to come back on defense, as you see. Ginola is also on come back on defense and then use balance crossing runs. And then Vini is on the same as Mbappe. Come back on defense and get into the box for cross. For the striker, we have mixed attack, balance width, and just come back on defense. You could do getting behind, but I think in general I want to mix it up because sometimes I want him to actually make a run in behind, and sometimes I just want her to be more of a target player, and then just pass it up to her, and then play it back to Ginola or to my wingers, and then basically start my attack from there. So now, let me show you some tips in-game. So, attacking patterns in the 4-2-3-1. This is basically what we're trying to do. You see the games just started, right? And we wait for our Hakimi, because he's on join the attack, right? And on overlap. But the thing I want to do from here is to always find a space in between his fullback and his center back. So the thing I do with Vini, I find Ginola, I try to run with Ginola. If I have this space here, I try to go byline, and then double tap towards him, and we score an easy goal. That's the most important thing. You always want to switch it from the wing back down to the wing back, and then either find the right cam or the central cam that's coming. You saw now I find Vini first, and then I found Ginola, then I go byline, and then I find Ham on the inside, basically. So that's the first attacking pattern, basically. I don't know why, but Hakim is not really pushing up yet. Doesn't matter. I just take the ball to the wing here, and then I accelerate away from the winger. Here I usually do play lock inside here, so I get into this space. Because here he needs to step at me, otherwise he's in trouble. I found Ham inside, like Riqueta finish around the keeper, 1-0. So we push up with Hakimi, but we know that Davies is on balanced attack. So the thing I could do as well, I don't even need to use Hakimi all the time. But as you see, I find Davies, I do ball roll inside, and I'm trying to find the space in between his fullback. And this is how you defend in the 4-2-3-1. You basically want to keep it as compact as possible. You see, now I'm just tracking back with Mbappé and tracking back with him. If he is switching it, I'm always trying to take out my winger and just cover the CM. So from here, he doesn't really have a lot of space. Just trying to like cover with your CMs, try to keep it compact. And when his fullback is high up, we just run down the line. And then if he goes on me, you know what we do. We do ball roll R1 and then trying to accelerate with the step overs. Still sending Vini, trying to come in a run. Vini's making a great run. Ham is inside the box. Reverse elastico should have been done there. And that's basically how you defend in the 4-2-3-1. So again, just trying to keep it compact as possible in the 4-2-3-1 is the most important thing. You see here, I'm just tracking back with Mbappé, just trying to keep it compact. And when I have the feeling that I can go on him, I want to go on him. You see, Ham is very, very deep down because we have her on stay back while attacking, of course, or come back on defense. Here you see, I just keep it compact with Vini, and then trying to do second man press with Vini. My Ginola comes down because he's also on comeback on defense, and we get the ball, and we can start our attack from there. So here I just try to track back with Ginola, and then trying to like still cover the run with Llorente. So I'm back in position here with both my CDMs. Because the most important thing, he can't play through your midfield. That's like the #1 rule, I think, in every formation, but especially in 4-2-3-1. So you see how I defend here. I defend with my winger and the wing back. Then, because I have comeback on defense on Ham here, she goes very deep as well, trying to help it defend. And you see, it gets hard for him when he's trying to like find a pass in between my midfield, because then I most often have my cams or Ham even that deep down defending with me, you know. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and let me know down in the comments if these 4-2-3-1 tactics works for you. For me, they've been working very, very well, so it would be nice if they are working as good for you as they've been doing for me. So, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Okay, I didn't mean that. Peace.